He may very well be able to do that again here, or in a similar fashion, able to draw those correct answers in the right order.
I believe the power of the turtles cannot be denied.
That might be the edge that Chris has.
Yeah. So Chris on the play. He is the 1 seed in this tournament, so he's been on the play this entire top 8. His hand does not look exceptionally powerful.
I see
an ensnaring bridge.
Thought I saw engineered explosives in there.
Yes.
I'm not sure. He thought it had City of Traders.
Yeah, City of Traders. Urborg.
Oh yeah, I didn't see the Urborg, but it could have been there. Didn't get a great look. I just saw a few cards.
Looks like Chris is keeping, and now Jamie is deciding whether he wants to keep his 7.
So maybe here in game 1 of the finals, both players keeping somewhat loose hands if Jamie decides to keep this, just because I feel like Chris,
the old, if you thought about it too long, you should have mulliganed.
Right. Chris didn't think too long, but he didn't. We saw, and maybe we missed something. Maybe Chris's hand is fine. Maybe he saw exactly what he wanted. Jamie's gonna mulligan. So after thinking about it for a little bit,
did mulligan.
Not happy with his 7. So yeah, again, if you're just joining us, check out those cool turtle sleeves that Chris has. Those are the latest in the Liz Nugent Creature Collection series offered by StarCityGames.com. You can get the sleeves like Chris has. You can get deck boxes. You can get dice bags, which of course you can use them for dice. You can use them for sunglasses. You can use them for smartphones. I've seen like all these kind of things. You can get even play mats. And of course, those turtles join penguins and squirrels as the previous creatures in the series.
Looking at Chris's hand, there's one half of his combo, the Sword of the Meek.
I also see an Academy Ruins, which could
no blue mana.
Not yet. He doesn't have any blue spells either.
Yeah, I do not like Chris's keep. The best cards he can draw into are cards he cannot cast.
Didn't see that. He was hiding that pretty good. I didn't see that.
I like this keep.
Okay, there you go.
A lot more that.
Are those the Euro Islands? I believe he has there.
Yes, Chris has very nice basic lands.
Those are some of my favorites. I don't have any of those myself. I've got the unhinged ones, but those I believe are quite a bit more.
Comes down valuable. For Jamie. Let's see how long Chris can save off this engineered explosive. See what kind of
Tezzeret off the top.
I feel like Chris would play an artifact, maybe Sword of the Meek. Would be
just to kind of have things set up to make a 5/5.
Yeah. I'm gonna go for engineered explosives on 1. And
City
crack
of Traders, immediately crack it.
So what's likely going to happen is Chris is going to play his Urborg next turn Tezzeret, and is going to +1 it.
Alright, Jamie has a Rishadan Port. It's going to make things a little more difficult. Oh no, never mind. He's going to go ahead and try to get the aggro
like that
on.
with Jamie. Like he can't. If he just ports every turn, he's
not doing anything himself, not developing his board. Yeah, so he's at this point.
He would need a very, very mana-heavy hand to justify using Rishadan Port and just slowing the game down.
No, Chris has Ensnaring Bridge, which is a nice answer to a 4/4 when his hand size is 3 or less. Of course, at this point, there's no 4/4 on board, so he's got some time to deal with that.
Also, it's not the biggest threat in the world. Could be a threat to the Tezzeret that Chris plays, but other than that, it's not a very fast clock. It's more of a end game type.
An annoyance kind of thing at this point in the game. It's like So turtle off the top is a talisman of dominance.
So I expect to see Tezzeret.
Yeah, there's the Urborg.
The Tezzeret Agent of Bolus.
Yes, so you see he taps the City of Traders just to get the 2 mana out of it, then plays the Urborg, loses the City of Traders, taps the Urborg and the island to generate the 4 mana necessary to cast Tezzeret.
Definitely quite a few options. Ratchet Bomb, Demir Signet, and Chalice of the Void, all options.
And it looks like he's going to go with the Ratchet Bomb. He's definitely thinking about it. He's got, like you said, he's got options. Yeah, he does go with Ratchet Bomb.
And that, if he needs to, can blow up a germ temporarily. And that will help protect.
Yeah, nice little fog kind of way.
Yeah.
To protect the Tezzeret. And yeah, Ratchet Bomb in Chris's hand. Of course, he puts the other ones on the bottom in any order, and the Chalice, I believe, was the topmost card. I don't know that that's going to be all that relevant, but that is how he ordered them. And there you see a Caracas for Jamie.
He does have a second Caracas, not ideal, but when you play 4 copies of a legendary land,
yeah, you're gonna get stuck with the second one in your hand pretty often. Yeah,
it's bound to happen.
Mother of Runes to play for Jamie, and he passes back, of course, with the Stoneforge Mystic at the ready to drop a germ into play. It's like Germ Warfare. Is that what that is? Just drop a bomb? Germ bomb?
Maybe Chris can start building up this Tezzeret. I don't think he's in position to make 5/5s quite yet.
No.
Unless he wants to risk losing his Tezzeret. One thing he can do is he can go play a Signet or a Talisman. He has one of each. And then, so yeah.
He's gonna plus the Tezzeret.
Yep.
He's gonna look again. So it's just a nice like Howling Mine kind of effect for Chris in this particular deck.
And it's one option, but it's a really good one.
Yes, and it is Thopter Foundry off of the Tezzeret. Plays in Academy Ruins, which is which could be big, although we do know Jamie has access to Wasteland, so Academy Ruins may not have any effect at all, but it might be something that Jamie wants to cut off as soon as possible.
Right,
so there you see Ratchet Bomb.
Very good turn for Chris. Even when Jamie drops a Batterskull into play, he's likely to try and attack the Tezzeret, but the Ratchet Bomb is going to fog that. And also, not even just fog, but Jamie's going to have to pay 5 mana somehow, either re-equipping or returning it and stoneforging it into play to get another token. So
Tezzeret is
does
attacked.
hit.
Yeah, Stoneforge gets to poke Tezzeret down to 4. The Ratchet Bomb takes care of the germ, and that is Jamie's combat.
Yeah, and Jamie without a Phyrexian Revoker is going to in a lot of trouble against Chris's Sword of the Meek Thopter Foundry combo.
Yeah, so there's a number of cards that Jamie needs a Revoker for right now. We know, obviously, Tezzeret already on board, already doing some damage. Here he's going to draw another card for Chris, and of course, like you mentioned, the Thopter Sword combo. So he doesn't.
It's his land drop for the turn.
Yeah. That's
excellent
a nice
hit.
Fancy effect of the Tezzeret, the one copy of Seed of the Synod in the deck.
Yeah, in talking to Chris, he said that he would like additional copies of Seed of the Synod, potentially.
So there you see Thopter and Sword, Soul Bond, and Chris passes the turn with an island up. That way.
So Aven Mind Sensor comes down for Jamie.
Trying to threaten that Tezzeret.
Yeah, and it can, because the Thopter tokens are blue. The Mother of Runes can give a creature protection from blue.
Yeah, he's going to be able to damage that Tezzeret here if he wants, but again, you know, you're attacking my Planeswalker, you're not attacking me. And
Chris's life total is not anywhere
near the range.
He's going to be able to gain a ton of life with his Thopter Sword combo.
So he can, he can get in. Yeah, he can go ahead and he's going to just attack Tezzeret with the Stoneforge Mystic and the Aven Mind Sensor.
Sacrifices Sword of the Meek.
Makes a token.
Makes a penguin token.
Which, of course, gets the Sword of the Meek back and equips it. I'm surprised to see that Jamie didn't just go ahead and, in response, give his guy protection from blue. He's going to do it now, but that's after blocks, looks like. And so what's the power toughness on Aven Mind Sensor?
2/1.
So
And the token is a
saved
2/3.
it. Yes, exactly. So he saved it from the damage there with the Mother of Runes, but he didn't. He wasn't able to hit Tezzeret as hard as he wanted.
I
Tezzeret
would like
did take 1.
7. Yes, 7 creatures and 7 life, and
then ultimate Tezzeret.
How do you feel about ultimate
And
Tezzeret?
that should do it. That is one way to win when you put it together. It's funny, you have the Thopter Sword combo, but Thopter Sword plus Tezzeret is actually game ending.
Yes.
You know, when you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and gain a bunch of life, get a bunch of artifact guys. Oh, ultimate Tezzeret. For I don't even know how many of it was actually going to be, but you know, Jamie scooped them up. So Chris Andersen,
up a game. We're back here in the booth, and you know what that means? That means it's trivia time.
And as I alluded to earlier, this question also referencing the upcoming big event, Grand Prix Miami, at the end of the month. Star City Games being the host of the event, going to cover it with SCG Live. We talked about the commentators that are going to be there. We talked about the players that are going to be there for the meet and greet on Friday, and with the token series too, so all kinds of cool stuff. Just so you guys know how this works, we're going to give away 1 year of premium to one random correct answer. Yes, 12 months actually. I'm sorry, not 1 year. 12 months. We'll go with that.
No, that's 1 year.
Oh, good. Okay. So we're going to go with that.
You did.
And,
you're good, Joey.
yeah, so you just, I'm going to ask you a question. You guys tweet the answer with the hashtag SCG Premium. If you're correct, if you're one of the correct answers, you will be in the running for the 1 year of premium. We're going to choose one random correct answer as the winner. So, Grand Prix Miami coming up.
Yes, it is. 3 weeks.
Yes, end of June. It's also in Miami.
I hope so.
Yeah, and we've got some pretty exciting artists coming to town.
Mm-hmm.
One of which is Greg Staples, who's
he was the answer to one of our
earlier trivia questions.
Yeah,
Greg Staples, who has never been to a U.S. Magic event, so this is his first appearance. But we have 2 other Magic the Gathering artists.
3 artists that'll be there.
Yeah, and
we need you to name the other 2.
Exactly. So one is Greg Staples. That's not the one we want. We've already used that. But 2 other artists at Grand Prix Miami as special guests. Name both of those, and you're in the running to get 1 year of SCG Premium access, and that's going to take us all the way to June 2014. We'll be like looking at M15 spoilers. Doesn't that sound weird, M15?
Well, I mean, if you run out of premium,
you might not get to
you might need to re-up your premium for Brad Nelson and Evan Owens M15
yeah, I know.
previews.
So
if you win,
keep that in mind.
Yeah, so you don't get it all.
Yeah, but we'll that takes us pretty far, deep, all the way past Theros block.
Yeah.
We will be playing.
You'll get all the Evan Irwin and Brad Nelson set reviews.
Yeah, we'll be.
I can't wait to go home. I haven't seen the Modern Masters set reviews.
No, I haven't yet either. Oh wow.
I love them.
Yeah, great. That's going to be a situation where I need to buy Modern Masters cards, even though I pretty much own all the cards that they printed in Modern Masters because I had them when they were in Standard.
Yeah.
But so, I mean, what I really want is I like a lot of the new art. As you're very well aware, I want Vidalcan Shackles. Even though, actually,
is your Twitter handle Affinity for Blue?
It is. How did
Why?
you know?
I don't know.
Because islands wouldn't fit. Affinity for islands would not fit.
That's too long.
It is too long. Needed to do the Affinity for Blue.
Alright, so going to sideboard, we talked about it briefly, but Jamie going into shadow mode.
Yeah, having a little camera issue there, technical difficulties with that camera.
Yeah, Jamie does not have much in his sideboard.
Then again, Chris doesn't have much either.
Yes, they've not metagamed against each other. Chris Andersen should have clearly planned for his Death and Taxes match. Jamie Scheffer, woefully unprepared for his Blue-Black Tezzeret match. Fortunately, these are like the 35th and 36th most popular decks in Legacy. But you see them here in the finals. Beauty of the format, really.
It really is. I mean, this is the kind of thing you can do. You can show up to a Legacy tournament with a deck that not many other people are playing.
Like the 35th most popular deck in the format.
And end up in the finals.
Absolutely. Very well, know your deck.
All right, there's our openers. No smiley faces there, not on the cards anyway. Hopefully,
I don't
on
think
the
either of these
faces.
players were in smiley face mode. So it looks like Chris sided in his Damnations. We did
figured
say
that.
that would be the 2 cards that Chris would side in.
So we've got Jace, Tezzeret, Damnation.
I don't see any accelerants. Do you see a Chalice of the Void?
Yes, I believe there's a Chalice there as well. Yep, there it is.
Found it. 2 Chalice of the Voids.
Chalices.
I don't think there's enough mana sources.
He's got an Urborg and he's
Urborg
got
and an
a
Underground Seed. That is not a very fast hand. He could very easily, if Chris were to keep this hand, he could very easily get Wastelanded and Wish It Imported out of this game. If I were Chris, I would definitely mulligan. On top of that, Chalice of the Void, not one of Chris's better cards.
Yeah, Jamie here appears to have decided to keep, I think, at this point. Looks like we're waiting on Chris's decision, and
yeah,
he says keep.
keeping.
Okay, we'll see. Turn one Plains and
Plains go. So yeah, Polluted Delta, quite a good draw. It's all Wasteland and everything. A Caracas.
I think he may have multiple Caracas. I'm not sure, but there's a Rishadan Port for turn 2, Stoneforge Mystic for Jamie Scheffer for the 2nd game in a row.
Right. This is I did bring in a Sword of Light and Shadow.
Yeah, another one we thought he might do.
Yeah, it's very good against Damnation, or some of his.
The Raised Dead.
Yes.
Raised Dead portion. The Pro Black doesn't actually protect you from Damnation.
GTA is probably one of Jamie's stronger cards against Ensnaring Bridge. Especially if Chris can go to very few cards, whereas Jamie can still attack for a bunch of damage.
Right. Yeah. Attack.
Even against an Ensnaring Bridge.
Right. Able to pump it after attacking. So there's a Thopter Foundry. There's the Chalice on 1. So he says go. Jamie, of course, not.
And draws a actual blank. But looks like he's in good shape anyway.
Yeah.
With Wasteland, Chris's 2nd land. Just as it fear, that's an Ancient Tomb. And a Thopter Foundry, so one half of the combo.
Urborg off the, I'm not off the top, but Urborg onto the board. And of course, Jamie with the surprise Batter Skull that he was already holding, which, makes sense that he would have.
Jamie, back-to-back, not good cards. He drew Caracas number 2, then Aether Vial with a Chalice for 1 in play.
Yeah, so he swings in for 5 with the Germ and the Stoneforge Mystic.
So yeah, Judge pointing at something, but we'll see. Phyrexian Revoker.
Phyrexian Revoker is going to name that card right there, Thopter Foundry.
Yes.
And
very good
Ancient
name.
Tomb now the play
Here
for Chris.
comes the Damnation.
Not what Jamie wants to see.
Yeah, set back Jamie quite far. So was able to draw some lands to beat the Wish It Import and the Caracas, or Wish It Import and Wasteland, to get to Damnation mana. Very, very good for Jamie.
Oh, for Chris.
Yeah, for Chris.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not very good for Jamie.
Right. So Jamie untaps with a Batter Skull in play, but no Germ. Plays a Wasteland. Still.
Decent draw. That Ancient Tomb is very, very good for us, but it seems
he wants to use the mana. Finds another Revoker.
Phyrexian Revoker. And that
of course, names
is going to use as Wish It Import instead of the Wasteland.
And Tezzeret going to present another threat that Jamie would like to have used.
This is a big deal. Thopter Foundry becomes a 5/5. You can't activate. The Chalice of the Void becomes a 5/5 instead. Thing about Chalice of the Void being a 5/5, can't be swords because it's on 1. Still has its effect. And conveniently enough for Chris, a land only allows Batter Skull to equip, but it only gives the Phyrexian Revoker 5 toughness. So this Tezzeret looking to dominate this game. This might be an example of a slightly premature Phyrexian Revoker, because Thopter Foundry not doing much.
Tezzeret doing a heck of a lot, yeah.
Tezzeret going to be a very dominating card.
So Richardson Port taps down the Underground Sea there on Chris's upkeep after adding a Thalia Guardian of Thraben to the board.
Baleful Strix, the draw from this.
And he's going to +1 Tezzeret, yeah. Look for artifacts, finds I think 5 or 4.
I think Dimir
only
Signet
needs 1.
Is the one Chris is interested in. He needs a blue mana source, so he could play tap his 2 Ancient Tombs for black mana because they're swamps with Urborg.
Yeah, bring up Ancient Tomb on the screen just because it damages you for tapping it, but it's not like City of Brass where it's like City of Brass is like whenever it becomes tapped, right? But
City of Brass is actually unique in that regard.
Right. Ancient Tomb though I believe is that's actually what I want to get.
Pay 2 is the double pain land.
Okay, so it doesn't say like when this land is tapped for mana.
Yes.
Due to it actually is. So he can tap the Ancient Tombs as if they were because they are swamps.
Yes, and that's actually the reason Chris says he wants Urborgs in his deck.
Okay.
He has 4 copies of Ancient Tomb.
It's good to know.
He's likely to have them in play when he doesn't want to be paying life.
Right. So the Urborgs actually come in handy.
Yeah. So we'll
there's
see
the
what.
Ancient Tomb from all the way back from Tempest, 1997.
Okay, so Ensnaring Bridge, the play.
Chris with
Chris
a lot of cards, and Ensnaring Bridge doing very little at the moment.
Right. It does stop Batterskull from being equipped realistically.
It also stops Chris from attacking with his 5/5, although right now he wants that 5/5 on defense anyway.
Oh, Chris did have to pay 2 life for that because of Thalia. So he needed.
He needed one of them to.
He needed one of them to make two mana. Flicker Wisp, huge card here. We were talking about this earlier.
Right, going to allow him to reset that Revoker.
Yes. It could allow him to. Oh, that's way better. Reset the Chalice of the Void.
Oh yeah, it'll be a Chalice.
That's
for
amazing.
Nothing. Yeah.
It'll be Chalice of the Void for nothing and not a 5/5. So that will allow Thalia and to get under the Tezzeret. Thalia and the Phyrexian Rogue get under the Ensnaring Bridge to kill Tezzeret.
Yeah.
That's a huge play if he sees it, but it looks like
he's actually resetting his Batterskull. Wow.
Yeah, not the best use of Flicker Wisp. And like you said, this Death and Taxes deck, bunch of crazy, weird interactions, and you have to be able to really analyze the board state. And I think Jamie had a huge.
Yeah, he was thinking about that Batterskull a lot and wanted the germ back, and that's what he decided to do.
He was just thinking for something valuable to deal with it, and
that's a decent play. It's just I think you're right.
You got some value.
Would have been
Tezzeret being gone and a 5/5 being off the board is just
it's huge. That would have been huge. So all right, Chris is going to arrange his lands here. He has something he wants to do. He's looks like he's either tapping 3 or 4. It looks
3
like
for a Dimir Signet.
Yes, because of the Thalia, the Dimir Signet costs an extra 1.
And then it looks like 2 for Baleful Strix.
I imagine that is the play. Black, blue, Baleful Strix, resolve, draw a card. Finds another Baleful Strix. We believe Chris is on 10 actually, because I think he was on 12 and then took 2 from the.
So.
Oh, he's on 8. Okay.
On 8. So with Ensnaring Bridge, Tezzeret was actually looking to tick up to and get into an ultimate mode. So
yeah.
6 artifacts, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artifacts in play. Plus 2 in hand. Now it'll be a third one after Tezzeret picks one of these. So.
Oh, did he whiff?
He chose.
I chose none of them.
He needs to pay a mana for Chalice of the Void.
Yeah, he does.
But he has it with the Underground Sea, so not a huge deal.
Yeah, the Chalice for 0 still costs 1. Because of the Thalia.
So Chris looking to get under, get his hand size down for Ensnaring Bridge.
Right.
As opposed to.
That's why he chose not to. But he wanted the loyalty on Tezzeret.
Yes.
That was what that plan was. or that was what that play was.
Yeah.
So right now, Chris should not have that. Should have a tapped underground seed right now.
Yes, it's not going to make a difference. The Thopter Foundry cannot be activated because that's what the Phyrexian Revoker is on.
Yeah.
So
Umezawa's Jite the play from Jamie, and I believe that was a pass the turn.
pass.
So yeah. Okay.
Tap
your underground seed during your upkeep. Chris says, all right, tap it. Finds a City of Traders.
I believe. Oh,
so
this only has.
He's gonna tick up.
Yeah.
Interesting. He wants to keep that Tezzeret on the board, I suppose. Wants to maybe ultimate Tezzeret and still keep it around.
That's his.
The better plan if he can do it. Yeah. So if
That's Chris's way to win this game.
He's gonna find a Sword of the Meek, which of course is the other half of the combo. However, the combo is shut off at the moment by Phyrexian Revoker. So he's gonna play City of Traders. He's gonna tap it for 2, and then he's gonna tap the Ancient Tomb. It looks like for a black, because it is a swamp due to the Urborg that is kind of hiding over there.
Actually, leaving up, tapping Ancient Tomb for extra mana for Jace. But he can do this.
He played the Sword of the Meek, is what.
Yes, he's going to go with Baleful Strix.
Yeah. Well, he played the sword off of the 3, and then he went with Baleful Strix.
Draws a land. He's already played the City of Traders for his turn.
Yes. He looks like he's about to. He's gonna.
He's gonna
equip
Riot Gear.
Yeah, equip up the Baleful Strix. He's got a 2/3, and he passes back. That Chalice on 1 that you see there is also 5/5. Don't forget about that. And a Mangara of Corondor.
That's gonna be quite a big deal. Might force Chris to ultimate this Tezzeret this turn, just to just to make sure he gets enough value out of it.
So port during the upkeep taps the Ancient Tomb.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Finds an
7 artifacts for Chris right now. The other thing he can do is actually just play his Jace the Mind Sculptor and bounce the Mangara while he builds up the loyalty on Tezzeret.
Could do that.
And find more artifacts so that a
Jace would cost 5 here.
Yeah, so that a Tezzeret is lethal. Tezzeret Ultimate is lethal.
Right, he's just to build it up to that point. Yeah, he's counting it up, trying to figure this out. Do I drain him for 14?
Because
so here's looks like 4 or 5. Oh, it's 5. I'm sorry, that's City of Traders. So Jace the Mind Sculptor. He did pay for it. That's 5 there.
Yep.
Jamie pointing to Thalia.
Play a land for turn.
Yeah, and Jace looks like he's going to -1 on the Mangara, as we imagine he might. I mean, he just certainly -1.
The other thing you could do
bounce the Revoker and then Thopter.
Make 4 artifacts ultimate.
There it is.
That's the match.
Wow. Wow, the interactions. You want to do it or me? Okay, cool. The interactions in both of these decks are super, super deep. Like the different things you can do. Like we're sitting there trying to figure out, oh, Mangara's a problem.